Naivete. It's a word that evokes images of innocence and purity. We often associate it with childhood, a time of wonder and trust. But as we grow older, naivete can become a liability. The world is a complex place, full of hidden agendas and potential dangers. Being too trusting can leave us vulnerable to manipulation and harm. However, naivete also has its upsides. It allows us to approach the world with optimism and enthusiasm. It fosters creativity and a willingness to take risks. Without a certain degree of naivete, it's difficult to imagine groundbreaking discoveries or revolutionary ideas taking shape. The key is finding a balance. We need to temper our naivete with wisdom and discernment. This means learning to recognize red flags, asking critical questions, and being willing to adjust our worldview when necessary. The challenge lies in navigating this delicate balance. How do we retain the positive aspects of naivete, the openness, the optimism, while also developing the savvy needed to protect ourselves from harm? It's a lifelong journey, one that requires us to constantly evaluate our beliefs and assumptions in light of new experiences. One of the most significant dangers of naivete is its link to deception. When we are too trusting, we become easy targets for those who would exploit us. This vulnerability can manifest in countless ways, from falling prey to financial scams to becoming entangled in manipulative relationships. Con artists and scammers thrive on naivete. They prey on our desire for easy solutions and our reluctance to question things that seem too good to be true. A classic example is the Nigerian prince scam, which has been around for decades but continues to fool people. The scammer poses as a wealthy Nigerian prince who needs help moving a large sum of money out of the country. They promise a hefty reward to anyone who will assist them. But first, they need a small processing fee. Naive individuals, blinded by the promise of easy money, often fail to see the scam for what it is. They wire over their hard-earned savings, only to realize later that they have been duped. This type of deception preys on our inherent trust in others, a trust that can be easily exploited when we fail to exercise caution. Naivete can also lead to poor decision-making in various aspects of life. When we lack experience or fail to consider the potential consequences of our actions, we are more likely to make choices that we later regret. This can have far-reaching implications, impacting our finances, relationships, and overall well-being. Consider the example of a young entrepreneur, brimming with enthusiasm but lacking business acumen. They pour their heart and soul into a venture, convinced of its success. However, their naivete blinds them to potential pitfalls: an oversaturated market, inadequate financial planning, or unscrupulous business partners. Without a healthy dose of skepticism and critical thinking, their venture is more likely to fail, leaving them in financial ruin and emotional distress. This is not to say that naivete is always a recipe for disaster in the business world. Many successful entrepreneurs possess a degree of naive optimism, a belief that anything is possible. However, this optimism needs to be tempered with pragmatism and a willingness to learn from mistakes. Naivete can take an emotional toll as well. When our trust is broken, the pain can be profound. We may feel betrayed, disillusioned, and even cynical. This emotional fallout can affect our relationships, our self-esteem, and our overall outlook on life. It's important to acknowledge these feelings and to seek support when needed. By understanding the emotional impact of naivete, we can begin to rebuild our trust in a more measured and discerning way. In life, we often find ourselves at the crossroads of naivete and wisdom. It's a delicate balance, you see. On one hand, naivete brings a sense of wonder and openness, allowing us to explore new possibilities without the weight of preconceived notions. On the other hand, wisdom, often hard-earned through experience, guides us to make informed decisions and avoid potential pitfalls. Finding harmony between these two can be quite challenging, but it's this very balance that enables us to grow and evolve. Embracing the innocence of naivete while applying the lessons of wisdom can lead to a more fulfilling and enriched life. So, how do we achieve this balance? Well, it requires mindfulness, reflection, and a willingness to learn from both our successes and our mistakes. Ultimately, it's about understanding that both naivete and wisdom have their place in our journey. By recognizing the value of each, we can navigate through life's complexities with grace and insight. Who we will become. Naivete, while often seen as a charming trait, can take a significant emotional toll. When we approach life with an innocent and unguarded heart, we may find ourselves vulnerable to disappointment and heartbreak. The world, in its rawness, can be unkind to those who wear their hearts on their sleeves. It's important to recognize and understand these emotions so we can build resilience and navigate our experiences with greater awareness. Striking a balance between naivete and wisdom is no easy task. It requires a delicate dance between maintaining our sense of wonder and learning from our experiences. Wisdom doesn't mean losing our innocence. Rather, it means integrating our lessons into a more nuanced understanding of the world. By doing so, we can approach life with both an open heart and a discerning mind, finding harmony in our journey. As we continue to navigate the complexities of life, we must remember that every challenge is an opportunity for growth. Embracing both the highs and the lows, we learn to adapt and persevere. Life's intricate tapestry is woven with moments of joy, sorrow, triumph, and failure. Through it all, our resilience and adaptability become our greatest strengths, guiding us toward a fulfilling and meaningful existence.